And then here, I think also I would love to understand because, when you're a portfolio manager and that to a US based mutual fund, like you said, then your geography is also, I guess, at that point, US focused, right? But then you chose to focus on India, which is what we were talking about before we started recording as well. Tell me more about, choosing the market and geography because a lot of people in India would assume that, investing in the US is the real deal, whereas, we both disagree with that fundamentally. So would love to go deeper into your thinking about the India opportunity.
I worked as portfolio manager of global equity strategy at Summit Global Investments, where I was tracking global markets with a primary emphasis on the US market. But during the course of those 4.5 years, India as a geography, as a country, as a stock market, very clearly stood out to me in terms of the plethora of high growth opportunities. And I've been investing in the Indian market since late 2007. So I had many years of experience. My heart, soul, and passion always lied in the Indian equity market. So I used to work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day in the office job, come back home, and then between 7 to 10, I was writing the book. And I was, after writing the book at 10, completing by 10 p.m., I used to start tracking the Indian market. So the passion and drive was always there. It was just a matter of waiting for the right time to build up some credibility in the industry and build up a large pool of savings. Because, when you're leaving behind a well-paying job, you have to, be absolutely certain that, now you can consider yourself financially independent and that you do not need to depend on a regular salary income to take care of all your expenses. So I think once those building blocks are in place, that is when I decided to actually take the leap of faith and start my own India focus fund. And I would not change a single thing of what I do every day now because I truly love what get to do every day.
Yeah, and then we were also talking about, how India has a multitude opportunities, whereas in the US, it's mostly focused around Mag 7. Let's talk about that because I would love for the audience to hear that example that you shared with me.
So one very unique statistic about India, Shrishti, is that in the last, if you just look at the last decade, 103 of the BSE 500 companies have become 10 baggers. So one out of every 5 companies in India has given you almost 1,000% return in the last 10 years. No other stock market in the world comes close to this level of wealth creation for investors. So India is a great market for active stock pickers. And unlike the US, where you have just 7 stocks driving bulk of the returns in the S&P and the Nasdaq, here you have hundreds of companies which have got the potential of creating a lot of wealth for yourself and your clients. So no, that stint in Summit Global, what it did for me was it helped me single down and focus on the one key market that I wanted to concentrate on for the rest of my investing career, which is India. So that clarity of mindset came while I was working for those 4.5 years there.
Hmm. And a lot of people talk about diversification, geographical diversification, and that. What do you think about that? What's
It's
it?
very, very important because as of end of December 2024, while the US was just 25% of global GDP, but it was 67% of global market cap,
Yeah.
which means that 2 out of every $3 in the world were invested in the US. So basically, many institutions basically are overly concentrated in one single geography. So now, as US exceptionalism comes to an end and people start diversifying out of the US, I think non-aligned countries like India, especially will be a very big beneficiary. Even if you can get just a few percentage points of that global asset allocation, I think we're in for very, very large FI inflows in India.
Yeah, because I think we make about 3% of the global equities market cap. As someone who sits out of the US and has an India focus, what do you think the US sentiment has been towards this shift which is happening? Because there is, it's there are winds of change in the air where the world order as we knew it is changing. The US is under massive debt, and there are obviously geopolitical tensions all around the world. So there are winds of change, and everything seems to be favoring India. But like as someone who sits there, how do you think the sentiment is changing?
Sentiment is changing rapidly, Shrishti. If you just, in fact, in dollar terms, in US dollar terms, the US market has been among the worst performing market this year because many of the foreign currencies like the euro and Japanese yen and Swiss franc, they've appreciated significantly versus the dollar. So the dollar has depreciated significantly against those currencies. Look at the Swiss franc, for example. It's got a 20% appreciation versus the US dollar in the last 12 months.
Hmm.
So, foreign investors are feeling the pinch because in US dollar terms, they're really facing a setback from the USD currency depreciation. That's why sentiment is now shifting rapidly. That's why you're seeing a flow towards emerging markets, precious metals, and non-USD denominated assets. That shift is already underway. So I think we are at the very early stages, and in India being again being a very high growth country, will definitely attract capital from global asset allocators going forward.